I'm grateful for a lot of things. Obviously grateful for family. My family is super important to me. Last year we just went through the death of my mama, and so my 8 sisters and I really banded together in a whole new way, in a totally different season, about mid 2016 on into when she passed away in February. And she died very suddenly and unexpectedly. But having lost our father in 2008, and then her getting sick in 2016, it changed our lives. So all of us had to step up in a totally new way. We closed down the whole house, so we don't have a home base, anymore. So many things changed. But I learned a lot about each of my sisters. And I learned that we are even more tightly connected than even I ever realized. I'm very thankful for that. Super thankful for the love and the care of friends. And in my mind, I call it the unknown love and care of your friends. Sometimes you don't really know just how cared for you are until somebody just unexpectedly shows up or does something that is so amazing to you, and you're like, wow, they did that for me. This year, there was a big piece of that shown in my life. I'm in the public a lot, and a lot of people know my name, and I'm either singing or doing something else, but it's totally different when there are people that are behind the scenes that really know the ins and outs of you. And they know the things that cause you pain, and they know the things that make you truly happy. And when my mama died, the day of her going home service, I was so in awe at the people in this community that showed up at the church. Judges, bosses from Columbia, bosses from down in Charleston, came to this little church for an hour service. I was amazed. I was just amazed, and I'm very thankful for that. I tell people all the time, you really don't have to scream from the highest mountain. You don't. All you really need to do is just be you. Just do you. Do it in all sincerity. Be you in the most truthful way that you can be. And sometimes that's tough, because it's sometimes hard to be truthful and honest with ourselves. But when you do that, it kind of does come back to you. So I am very thankful for that unknown, the love of the unknown love of people. Kind of weird way to put it, but I think you understand what I'm saying.
Like you said, you've been a part of this for a long time. Are you grateful to be a part of this community? This has been a special community for you.
Absolutely am. I've always been in Anderson County, which is good. But, starting with the music in 1994, 95, and always being here, but always being supported. No matter if it's the daytime gig with probation and parole, I've always had the support from my superiors in that agency, all 16 years that I've been there. And I'm very thankful for that. I've been able to live the dream, if you will, being able to tour and travel the world, but still have that daytime job. That is so important to have. It's just me, so ain't nobody paying them bills but me. So I'm very thankful for that. But also, as time has gone on, people in the community supporting me when I go abroad. I totally and completely realize, and I've never made a secret of it, that no matter where I'm at, I'm always representing home. You can't get away from that. It's the way I was raised. You are always representing home. So wherever I go, I take every bit of this with me. And I've always had the support of people at home. I've kind of said over the years, it's one thing, I can be in France, I can be in some other countries, and people just screaming my name and loving what I'm doing. But if you don't have that same thing in your own backyard, I don't know if that's so good. So I've been very fortunate in that, and I am thankful, for the support of my community. I've had it, and I'm very thankful for it. Don't take it for granted. I don't take it for granted at all. as cheesy as this may sound, there is a very simple song that I learned like back in the 80s, kind of back in the beginning of the contemporary Christian music move. But it piggybacked on the song that I grew up singing in the Black Baptist church. We used to sing this song that simply said, "Thank you, Lord. I just want to thank you." And it's basic, you know, thank you for the food on the table, thank you for the clothes on my back, for the people that love me. And as I got older, another song came into play in my life. And it's pretty simple, and it just says, "Give thanks with a grateful heart." You know, give thanks to the Holy One, give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ His Son. But the bestest part of that song for me, there are a couple of lines in it that say, and now let the weak say I am strong. Let the poor say I am rich because of what the Lord has done for us. Give thanks. It's such a simple song, but it says everything, particularly if you're a believer. And I realize that we live in a world, people have different faiths and different beliefs, but coming from my background and being of the Christian faith, that means a lot to me. If I can be thankful for the smallest of things, which I think is important. You know, our mom has taught us and our daddy's taught us, you know this, to say thank you. We were taught to say please and thank you, these things. Even when I go abroad, these are some of the first things that I want to learn how to say. Thank you is one of the first words I want to learn how to say if I go into another country. I want to learn how to say good morning or hello. I want to know how to say please, and I want to say thank you. Those are critical words to know. It doesn't matter where you come from, in any country. It's so important, because that little bit says a lot. It says a lot about where your heart is. And when you come from a place of gratitude, people can know and people can see, I believe, when people are sincerely thankful, when people are sincerely grateful and appreciative. And it goes a long way. I just think it goes a long way. I know just from being thankful to folks in my life. The return, not that I was even seeking a return, but just being thankful and saying, I appreciate what you do for me. Man, people, I promise you, people will show up for you in your time of need. They will show up for you because they remember that. I know I remember it. It's huge. It's a huge thing.